In this video, I'm going to be walking you through the exact same ad setup that I've used to bring in 61 junk car leads in the past 30 days at about $12.31 per lead. I'm also going to be showing you what the backend automation looks like so that you can follow up with these leads and close them into sales. If you're new here, my name is Armando and I work with local businesses, helping them use the internet to bring in more leads and make more sales. If that's something you're interested in, click subscribe so you don't miss any of the other training videos. Now, before I get started, I do want to mention that there are resources linked in the description below that I'm going to be covering in this video, including my local lead mastery workshop, which is the exact same framework that I use to generate leads for all my clients within days of implementing a simple Facebook ad. You can pick that up in the description of this video. Our starting off point is the Facebook Ads Manager, and this is where we're going to be creating our campaign. So the very first thing that you've got to do is click this green button that says create, and it's going to open up an ODAX box, basically asking you what sort of objectives you want to pick from Facebook. And the objective that you're going to be creating or actually setting up in this instant is going to be leads. So you want to click on leads and then click continue. What this is going to do is build out the campaign structure so that you can plug in all your information. Now, once this window opens up for you, we are at the campaign level. And the only thing that you have to check on this screen here is make sure that this campaign is named something that makes sense to you and that you come down to campaign budget optimization and you shut that off. The next step is to actually come down to the ad set level. And what we're going to do here is actually name this something that, again, makes sense to you. I typically recommend that you use the location that you're going to be targeting, plus maybe a few more details that include demographics, so that if you have more than one campaign, at a glance, you can see which one is performing and which one is not performing for you. So once you've done that, you want to head on over to the conversion section right below the name ad set. And what you want to choose is instant forms. Make sure that that is checked. The next thing you want to check is that your proper Facebook page is selected. Now, if this is the first time that you're running ads, you're not going to see this terms of service message here. It's actually going to say that you have to accept the terms of service. So if that's the case, go ahead and click accept, and then it should bring you back to this screen that shows you exactly what you see here. The next thing that you want to do is now go to the budget and schedule section, and this is where you're going to choose your daily budget. Now, I typically recommend you start anywhere between 10 to 20 bucks a day, and you can have more than one ad set actually tested against each other so you can see which one's going to give you the best results. So plug in your daily budget that you like in here and then move on to the audience section. Now, in the audience section, what you're going to do is click edit, and you don't want to run this to the entire United States. You want to pick a certain area of town or zip codes, or maybe different counties that you want to operate in. So if I want to, let's say, advertise junk cars, that I'm buying junk cars in Houston, I'm just going to simply type in Houston in here and then select my Houston area, exclude certain parts of town if I want to, or just leave it or include other cities that are surrounding the Houston area. The next thing you're going to want to adjust is your actual age and gender. So if you know that most of your customers are between the ages of 30 and above, then choose that age range. Choose appropriately. Same thing goes for the gender. If your previous customers are mostly female, then you want to advertise to females. But if they're mostly male, then choose male. If you don't know, leave it alone. All genders, and data is going to actually tell you which is the best performing for you. Next thing you're going to want to do on this screen is go to placements. This is where you're going to actually select the placements that are going to work out for you or where you want to advertise. So uncheck the ones that do not correspond to you. If you don't have an Instagram page and you should be running Instagram ads separately anyways, uncheck that and only select the ones that actually make sense for you. The next step in setting up our ad is going to actually be the ad set level. This is where the creative is going to happen, the image or the video that you're going to be using, along with the copy, the offer that you want people to snag up for your junk car lead. So what I'm going to do is come down here to the ad setup section. Make sure that single image or video is selected. Then go to the ad creative side, and you want to highlight the option under media, and it's going to give you the option to choose an image or a video. Now, if you've got a bunch of images, use the images. If you've got a video, use the video. I find that video works a little bit better for folks. It's more engagement and it provides better quality results. So I'm just going to pick the video that I've got listed here, and then you'll want to do is you'll want to click next and make sure that it populates into your ad. Once you choose the right media type, and if you chose the video, you'll be able to see the video that plays in here just exactly the way it is. And now the next thing that you want to do is come to your primary text, headline, and call to action. In the primary text section, you're going to want to add whatever your ad copy is, whatever your hook and offer is. Maybe you provide cash and you bring cash on the spot and provide free towing. Maybe what you do is that you can quote them instantly regardless of condition of the vehicle. Whatever your offer is, you want to plug into the primary text area, and then go down here to the headline and give it a compelling headline that's going to tell people what they need to do, or at the very least where they need to go ahead and click in order to snag your deal or become a lead. The next item that you have to change here is the actual call to action. Make sure that it actually matches what you're saying that you want people to do. So if you tell them to go get a quote, choose get quote. If you tell them to learn more, click learn more. If you tell them to get an offer, then click get an offer. Just make sure that it's congruent with what you're saying in your ad copy. The next step to actually setting up your ad is creating the online form. This is where the lead capturing mechanism comes into play. This is the place where people are going to give you their names, their phone number, and any other info that you need to be able to quote your junk car deals, like make and model, year of the car, do they have a title, where is it located, etc. So what you want to do here is click create forms, and this is actually going to open up a little dialog box that's going to allow you to walk you through these different steps to create a form that is going to open up on people's mobile phones, and then it becomes a way for them to give you the lead information. So the very first thing that you want to do is just give it a name, give it something that makes sense to you. Under form type, you can leave it alone with more volume or higher intent. It's totally up to you. In the intro section, I usually leave this blank and just leave the image that's running with my ad on the same spot for congruency. And then I head on over to the greeting. Now the greeting has two portions. The headline and then like the description. The headline is going to be a call to action. It's going to tell them like, hey, you've made it this far. This is what you need to do in order to get your quote or, sell your junk car. The next thing that you want to do is give it a brief description in a paragraph as to what it is that they're actually going to be filling out, or maybe even tell them you need to click below, you need to fill out this information, and you can get your instant quote right now. The next thing that the next item that you want to take care of is the actual custom questions. Now, by default, Facebook is going to pull into this custom form any data that they already have on this person. Their name, their email, their phone number will be automatically pulled in, but it's always a good idea to ask custom questions. So click add custom questions, add short answer, and this is where you can select what custom questions you want to ask based on the information you need to provide a quote. So for example, I can ask what's the make and model of this vehicle, and it's going to give them a little free fill form that they can enter that information in there. The next step that you want to do is click on privacy, and you're going to want to go ahead and take your website's privacy link and plug it in here. Ads will not actually run without a private policy link, and if you do not have a website with a private policy link, you can use something like free private policy generator. I'll link it in the comments, link it in the description, so you can plug it in here as well. And finally, on this form, the next thing that you're going to do is the actual completion screen. This is once they become a lead, once they've given you the information, what needs to happen next, what other steps do you want them to take, and what are the expectations for your lead. So usually we want to tell them that we're going to call them back, we're going to receive an instant notification, or something that's going to make them go on to another step, or wait for one of our representatives to call them back. Now, at this point, the actual form is created. You want to click on publish. And then once the form is published, you want to come down to the bottom right-hand corner and click this green publish icon on Facebook. And this is going to allow the entire ad process to go to Facebook for review so that they can manually review it. And once they do this, the ad would start running. Now, typically what we see when we set ads up like this is we start to see leads coming in within the first few days of these ads being live. Now, this is just one portion of the ad setup. The actual second step to this is automating the leads so that you can close more business and you can do it in less time. And we do this with a simple series of automations. Now, before I jump into the automation to set things up, I want to tell you that I have a local lead mastery workshop that's linked below this video that actually walks you through a step-by-step training on how to set up a very simple yet profitable lead generation ad today for your business. This works in every vertical from junk removal to junk cars, gutter installation, carpet cleaning, moving, and more. Basically, if you own a local service business, this is going to be for you. Now, the workshop covers how to create a perfect ad that will start to generate leads within days of being approved. This is a no nonsense, no BS kind of workshop. You can be up and running in as little as 60 minutes. I cover how to target the right people and get your offer in front of the right people, how to create an offer that actually is going to convert into sales, and how to maximize the amount of leads that are coming in through a Facebook ad. In addition to that, I walk you through the entire setup step by step, leaving nothing unturned. And as a bonus, I walk you through an entire automation series and even give you an automation already done for you automation series that you can use to follow up and nurture all your leads that are coming in. Now, let me walk you through the process of us setting up the automation. So what you're going to find here is this is a tool that I use. There is a link in the description of this video to this tool called High Level. And what I do with this tool is I basically connect it to Facebook and I create a series of events that happen once a form is submitted. So I'm going to click on this one that says form submission. So when a Facebook lead is actually submitted through the ad that you just created, we're going to tell the system to actually create a series of text. So these people are going to give you their email, their phone number, and they're going to give you a bunch of details on their vehicle. So what we're doing here is we're saying, hey, we want to, first of all, get notified when a lead comes in. So instantly, you're going to get a text message from the system that a lead has just come in through Facebook. In addition to that, the lead will automatically get contacted. They will get a text message bringing them off the platform instantly and into a text message conversation. And it's going to tell them that you're going to be reaching out to them really shortly with some information about selling their cars. Now, it's going to wait about 5 to 10 minutes before a second reply goes out, and then we're going to send a second message asking these people for a picture and asking them for a little bit more clarification, like is the vehicle damaged, do you have location for it, etc. And then finally we're going to wait an additional 10 minutes if they don't respond to that, and we're going to insert a meme type follow-up, letting these folks know like, hey, we really want to buy your vehicle. In addition to this, you're going to be calling these leads because a phone conversation will be bridged so that you can actually make a sale a lot faster. Now, because of this automation, it really allows us to maximize the amount of revenue that we're bringing in. This is why we're able to close many more deals with leads that come in through Facebook while others are still trying to struggle with following up with these folks. You can kind of see as an example here, this is a real life conversation that happened through a lead campaign similar to what I just walked you through. We send them the first message that's automated. We ask them for more information, and then we followed up with a meme type that asks them, you know, hey, are you still interested? Now, in the matter of a few minutes, we've already text messaged these people 3 times, called them, and followed up with an email. Now the person is responding back saying, hey, I'm just checking around for quotes, and this is the picture of the vehicle that I'm looking for. And you can communicate with them here back and forth via text message, email, or phone number. And this is how we're able to close more junk leads. Again, hopefully you found this video super helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions at all, leave them in the comments of this video. And if you're interested in getting something like this set up, you can snag up the local lead mastery workshop that's linked in the description of this video. Talk to you guys on the next one.